Yo, hey, what's up, guys? I am back, and I'm coming back at you with a banger. We're gonna talk about Donatello again. I just have to do it because he is just the missing key for a lot of teams out there. And you probably don't know it. Probably you have the champion, and you just actually don't know why he is actually that great. But I'm gonna make you a point. I'm gonna show you why. Let's take a look at the calculator. Wait, let me see what you guys see. Alright. Why is Donatello, right? Donatello, that great. I'm gonna give you an example right here due to Yannick doing this crazy speed calculator. Again, thank you, Yannick, that you did this one. And you put Donatello for me in there. That was quite nice. So why is he good? I'm gonna give you an example right now where we have actually a boss selected that does nothing. It has 10 speed. We have around 300 speed. And maybe you don't know in the game, if you have kind of the same speed range, you will always go in the same turn order. If I go 290 to 305, somewhere in between, if the fastest goes the first and the slowest goes as the last point, so you can do like a inner core of skills that you use. Just if you don't get intervened at all in something like this, you can always be in the same order in your own internal core. But what he is allowing for us, maybe you kind of see a pattern already. Right, let me see one of those. For example, here, Donatello A2 is the reset. So what is gonna happen every time he's gonna reset? He is on a 4-turn cooldown. That's actually not that great, but that does actually not matter for him right now. So he does his A2. Wixwell and Godseeker this time are gonna do the buff extension. Then Donatello does his turn. Then both of those other champions, buff extenders, whoever you're gonna use later on, will do an A1. Then Donatello A1 again. And then Wixwell, and at some point, wait, where is it? Right here. At some point, Wixwell and Godseeker come back naturally to their A2. So the pattern looks like this. It's every time A2 of your buff extenders, Donatello is gonna reset, and then they're gonna do the A2s again. And then they do a couple of A1s in between, and down here it's again like they do A2s, then Donatello does the A2, and so on. So basically, I give you, like on the left side right now, we can go like first turn, I can click right there, on the left side right there, we can see that everybody has his buffs. That's the goal. It's actually the goal. And we scroll down here, like let's go down here, down, down, down. Let's go on this turn. They still have the buffs. That means even if I go on the last turn where we have taken so many turns. And keep in mind, Wixwell is just gonna do his shield skill one time. There is no other source of a shield. So that clears out that you can go endlessly shield value if you have the same speeds on them. What does that mean? Wait, wrong tab. What does that mean for our run? First of all, we don't need everybody to have endless shields at all time in a Chimera team. The only one that is really important is Titus, of course. He does do the damage, and he goes usually a little bit slower, like let's say 40, 50, 60, less speed and something. That means he will never lose his buffs, even if something goes wrong. You saw it, it is not totally stable. You just make it that you equalize your buffs all the time, that you have the same amount of durations all the time. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, but it's always in between a value. Let's say you get provoked or something on one of your champions and all these rotation is not there anymore. That does not matter for your Titus. He is the guy that needs to have those buffs. And for my example, because we don't use any reviver, I need to have my Calamidos? Yes, Calamidos. That could be technically for you a Ramantu. And this is a unoptimized team. I was more about the strategy and all the ins and outs. And later on I will test this out with even better strategies, like having the right gear on the right champion and stuff. But yeah, so even if something goes wrong, we will still have all these buffs and everything on our Titus and on our Calamidos, because Calamidos is the guy who gets attacked by the ram form, and if you have an endless shield, that does not matter for you. You just survive it and that's okay. What we have a really good part about Donatello? Yes, Donatello. I always mix up those names, god damn it. But what is really good about him? is the lion form. The lion form got really crazy, and especially for a Titus team, because you just have shields, you rely on them, but he can ignore some shields on a champion as the Hunter's Gaze. But Donatello is gonna save us. He has the passive that is actually gonna do the preventing of your death. And that is amazingly good to just survive. And he also heals you by that passive. And also he heals you by his normal continuous heals, A1s, everything. So what you see right here is a team without a reviver, because I can count on the ram form doesn't kill me because of shields. The little side thing, I don't know why it's like this, but Donatello is not preventing a death from the ram form. I actually don't know why, but it is like this. So, but we have shield in our scenario that is amazingly good. Then he saves up us from the lion form, which is kind of the most threatening thing usually in those teams. And since we have like an inner core of about buff extension that maybe breaks for some champions. You see it, for example, Donatello, he doesn't have the endless shield anymore and all these things, but we don't care so much about it, since the core just needs to get our Calamitous and Titus on a big shield, and then you are good. Because something you thought maybe right there, Donatello got provoked. That could actually maybe intervene with all these buff extensions and everything. So yeah, we can just skip all that, because again, Donatello is gonna heal us. He's got a strengthen, he got all these things, he's preventing us from a death, then he's gonna immediately heal us and all these things. So you can have, like me right now, later on with a Ramantu, I probably check out Ramantu, he's just safer because of affinities and stuff, but later on you can do a full auto team like this too. It's actually not that hard. And of course, my damage is kind of really nice. I have some really good champions. No, that's not about the champions this time, but I have really good gear. I can make it a little bit, easier than other things. But hey, there's also replacements in this team. That's the good part. You see that Mikage right there? She is not needed. It's not like she is the monster and like that's what we need. She is just nice to extend the duration of the debuffs what the boss is gonna have. Like when you put out decreased speed, and then you technically never need to put out decreased speed anymore. It's just one time, and she's gonna extend it with all these resets and everything. So again, what we did is making an inner core when nothing happens to us, like a provoke or something like this, that we can keep up our buffs all the time. But since we get intervened, we get a provoke, we get maybe something crazy, like there's a lot of things that can go kind of wrong. You know that already. But what was I trying to say? It's so much sometimes. Yeah, inner core, but then if something goes wrong, your Titus and your target for the ram form is slower than everybody else anyway, so they have more durations, they get more durations over time. So they are the only ones that we care. If the other lose it, whatever, we can heal her. And that's the whole trick. And to be honest, Donatello. He comes in place. Hey, you can use that in Hydra. You can use that everywhere. Like, this is not like super Chimera specific. You can do this in Hydra too. Like, your Titus is slower in Hydra too. You know, so you can just go into Hydra and everybody else loses the buffs because they're too fast or something. But if your Titus are just kind of slowly, like 220 speed, the others are like 300 or something, you won't lose the buffs on Titus. And that's the only guy who actually it's the meta, you know? But let's check out what I did on this run. Like, let's go ram form. Like, ram form, I got saved by the shield. And since your Calamitous, or in your case, probably Ramantu, is in there and has all the shields, and he doesn't do really much in this form anyway, it's kind of nice to just make him the target. Everybody else needs to be there to do the combo, to do buff extension, all these things. So, and again, lion form, Wixwell gets attacked, but he actually doesn't have enough HP. He doesn't have the crazy part about it. Like, he has the shield, yes, but he will die. Like, let's go right here. He usually would die. Okay, in this scenario right there, not. It's okay. It's actually nice, but I think I used some gemstones about ignore defense or something. But usually your Wixwell is gonna die. It's not gonna happen this time. Like when Donatello isn't there, it's just not gonna happen. Like he's gonna heal you in between of the rounds when he doesn't do his biggest attack. So yeah, you're safe about that one. And if he kills you, technically kills you, you get prevented by death, and you're gonna get a big heal that is also gonna make you stay alive afterwards. So that's no problem. You can see it right there. It wasn't really. It felt amazing to do this lion form and just like, woo, huh, yeah, show me what you got, motherfucker. Let's go. Yeah, but let's go all the way to the end. This was full auto, and I really like it because maybe I do another run where I optimize everything. I'm gonna show you that one where I actually use my decreased speed right after we changed the forms or something, where I just micromanage the run instead of just doing a full manual or something to squeeze out more damage, because I want to know what's going on. Maybe I can do some fantastic damage, And yes, let's see what I actually got. Oh wait, that was kind of quick. Okay, 2 billion for a full auto team. That's nice. Like, there is not many things you can do on full auto for a Titus team. Okay, there are technically more, like, you can build teams that do it full auto, but in my case, this was the most damage I was able to produce, because Donatello also, he resets Titus. Of course, that is amazing. You do A2, he resets, you do A2 again, and you just knock out so much damage. It's kind of incredible. But I recorded the stats also. Let me see if I recorded them. Because, I did this recording quite a while ago, like a week or I think like 10 days or something ago. I quite can't remember everything, but I will show you at least what is going on so you can kind of reproduce it. My goal was to go 300 plus on the champions that are Donatello, Mikage, and Wixwell, and the others are just a little bit slower. But those are the stats for her. We do have like nothing crazy on the relic. Of course, we have a 6-star. I got Brimstone on her. Like, it probably would be better to just have Cruelty at this point, because that would quite get my damage up. I do not have the mastery that actually gives you more resistance, because resistance is like a really big factor. You need the resistance, but in our case, Mikage can also be someone else. It has a buff extension plus a increased resistance, and that would be like Oella, I think Diamond, Copper, something, and also, what's the other guy? There's like an orc that also has a buff extension plus increased resistance. That would probably be way easier champions for you to do it later on. If you have one of them, the resistance check goes so much lower. But usually a mastery should be also selected that gives you, per buff that you place on your allies, you get 5 more resistance. I just didn't do it at this point. I was just kind of, checking out if the theory is gonna land and everything works and stuff. But he is too fast a little bit, but it also shows you, like, I probably would go a little bit slower. Like, he just needs to use the skill technically one time because I have Mikage and she's gonna do the debuff extension all the time, and then you get reset and all these things. But he is too fast, 260 I assume, like probably just faster than Titus, and you should be okay. And I got a feral set on him because it's damage boosting. I do have the crown, it doesn't matter, like, hey, I tried something else. I didn't want to use the resources to change something in there. And he got Cruelty, and we got some masteries right here. I didn't change them, like, they don't matter too much, but it was okay, so I was running with it. I can get more resistance and stuff, but I got the 5-star soul, so it's okay. Like, oh no, look away, guys. Just don't look away. My Titus is really good. I know that, and that should be the goal of you guys too, to get somewhere where I am right now. I'm not a really super cracky and stuff. I just pay a little bit in the game. It's not like it's gonna be like giving me so much and stuff. Like, you can get there too. So we need. Wait, I have not talked about Calamidus quickly. He needs the lowest crit damage. Keep that in mind. Like, so the Ram form will attack him. And also, you need another champion that has more defense than your Titus. Probably my optimized run, I will try out Titus, because we got the heal, because we got the preventing by by getting attacked. And even if Titus gets attacked, you get even more damage because of the passive and everything. So these are little things that I'm gonna test for the future. Keep an eye out for that. But for now, those are the stats. 260 speed and about like, yeah, more than enough resistance plus some mastery resistance we get from the others when they have some the mastery that you get more resistance and stuff for the buffs. So it's weight like 600 should be your goal. And yeah, I got a 6-star. I got Crushing Rend. And also like here, like Helm Smasher and stuff, and counterattack is more there when I think about doing the one trial. When he like when Titus gets attacked on a lion form and he has a chance to counterattack by and also getting prevented later on by Donatello by his death, he will just counterattack, and this one trial could be even done without a Mikage, for example. And yeah, like I had also the Cat's Gaze, like he stacked. Don't worry, you can do a lot of damage, full auto. It won't just be not as crazy as mine, but it's still a lot of damage, you know? Like, this stuff is kind of crazy. For my Wixwell, there's where the optimization is like, wow, I have like I just used a set that I already had that had the stats and the speeds and stuff. I was like, wow, this works. But yeah, this is a poison set with a Merciless. Just to clear something out quickly, Merciless and Reflex actually do not help you too much on your buff extenders, because it is kind of it is really hard to trigger the RNG twice to make it work that your buff duration go up, because you're gonna do your A2, then Donatello is gonna reset you, then you're gonna do your A2, and then you do 2 times of an A1. But if you get some resets in there, it doesn't go any other way in the whole pattern. Like you still, even if you do your reset 1 time early, but since you get reset on a certain frequency, it will not really help you. Like I tested out, I went in the speed calculator, I tested some reflex combination, like having Aniri and Wixwell, like also having in reflex. Does it go up on the duration? It doesn't really help. So for my experience now is like, oh, I shouldn't actually use Merciless because it didn't do too much. But yeah, also not poison. Okay, yeah, for some trials or something, it could be okay. But yeah, the stats are like this. He had more defense than Titus. And then also kind of HP based and who actually does have the, who did I use for the shield set? I think it must be Donatello, right? But yeah, we got the what's it called, the volcanic heart thingy, the extra shield, some masteries were there for the resistance and everything. Also here, I do not have the mastery that gives me more resistance when I put out buffs, and he puts 3 buffs out there, so maybe 4 if the volcanic shield thingy is also triggering. I don't know at this point, but yeah, that's about him. Optimization is 100% needed in this team, and I will do this. Like, I want to see where it can go, you know, because for example right now what I see is, oh, a shield set on your Donatello isn't actually that great, but every other champion was kind of made already, and I was just testing, so I was like, well, okay, the new champion, I don't have a shield set anymore in my team, let's put the shield set on the new guy. And yeah, that's about the Donatello. He has a shield set. Protection, guys. It will be protection. 100%. He's such a great damage booster. He has continuous heals that can be stacked over time, over and over again. So this is really nice. So yeah, stats are like this. And yeah, he got, only because of testing, guys, I put the thingy. I was like, oh, I'm a little bit too slow in my shield set. I need some speed. Okay, let me use this mythical relic right there. It's just for the speed, but if you use protection, you can get 300 speed. You know, protection is pretty fast, you know? And yeah, we got something in here. Go on! Yeah, alright. So we got Lightning Cage. And we do have nothing too special, like resistance, counterattack. And for some reason, I probably should change that. It probably was pre-selected already. The thingy where you get turn me the boost, yeah, right, that shouldn't be there. Like this one on down below right there, like yeah, it probably shouldn't be there to just make it, but also maybe it's not gonna hurt you at all, so why not? But yeah, that's totally it. I did a couple billion on full auto. And to be honest, I didn't say it at the beginning. If I use Romantu instead, and I will do that instead of Calamidos, this team is a free-to-play team. Every single one with a fusion or something that you can get, Mikage, is replaceable. Like, you don't even need her. Like, you can use someone else, you know? But I didn't say, like, oh, free-to-play team, this is the best free-to-play team ever and stuff, because people would roast me. So, yeah. But yeah, technically, it's free-to-play, and I think it's a good team. And yeah, but also, that will be the end of the video. Make sure to press the like button, subscribe if you haven't done already, and yeah. Have a nice day.